just give message to me or call me. So just I will go for the previous lecture revisions and then we'll go for new points. So in last lecture yesterday we have seen the designs, controls, different types of levers, wheel, foot pedals, then joystick. So like this uh, controls things are there to control the operation of machines, the operation of the equipments, what things actually we required that we have discussed in yesterday's lecture. After this, we have gone through the manually material handling system. So 3 points we have discussed this the biomechanicals and this physiologicals, these combinations also we have seen, and while handling the particular materials, the trained people should be there, older person should not be there as possible as we can make use of the conveyor systems, the crane systems, fork systems to minimize the material handling things. After this, we have gone through this anthropometry. So anthropometry, it is actually science of humanity. So this, whatever the body structure is there, this body structures we have to measure, maybe height, weight, width, etc. Because while designing any the structures, equipment, machinery, this is very important. So minimum height, average height, adjustable height. So your chair. So how to design the chairs? This is depends upon this anthropometry. Weight it is very important. Height that is important. The maximum height that is condition average height or adjustable height. These things actually we required in anthropometry. So anthropometry it deals with measurement of dimension, physical characteristic of the body. The what is the height, what is the width, then various skeleton structures of body's joint, center of gravity, inertia, body mass index. This measurement actually we required uh, in the industry, just like our military organizations. We need the part of this anthropometry because once this fulfill the given requirement, then that person will capable to do that given responsible work. So that's why this measurement of body that is very important from the industrial point of view as well as the military point of view. Uh, this is about the external lectures. Now today we will going to see the workplace design, design constitution and working conditions. So examples, you can take the carburetor assemblies there, then IC engine assemblies there, your watch assemblies there, or the whenever the small part assembly is there, we need to design the workplace because man is sitting in one chairs and he's using his both hands for assembly purpose, right hand or left hand side. Okay. So, why there is a need to design the workplace? The main purpose that persons should work very efficiently. He will not feel any fatigue. We should not introduce any stresses in his body. If stresses will be there, he will become bored. The efficiency of working will be less, and ultimately production and productivity will become a less. So that's why the workplace design which is very important in industry. Anywhere you have to design the workplace in such way that the worker should not get any fatigue, stresses will not be introduced in his body. So like this workplace design is there. So let us see the figures on the blackboard. So one side man is there and is the low length, that is the 16 inches there, and this totally working area, that is the maximum area is 64 inches. See that this both hand is there, so this is the maximum area. This is the maximum. So what we cover, so this is the maximum area. This is the minimum area, and here the assembly. So here the assembly position, normal area of working. This is the normal area of working. White color shows that normal area of working. This is the normal area, and inside it, this is actually working. And this center system. So you can see the workplace designs. One is sitting in one side, the maximum area covered by both hands, that is 64 inches, from the center of the body of that man to the work area around 200 mm. Normal working area from these lines, that is 225, from the normal area maximum, that is 225 mm, and the total workplace is just in front of his nose. So this is the workplace design. Now, why ergonomically they have designed like this? Main reasons: both hands should be in working, should not be traced to one hand. Second, that person will not feel any fatigue, traces will not introduce, and because of that, he will keep his working performance within that 8 hour shift. Because of that, efficiency will get increased, productions will get increased, and productivity will get increased. So this is the workplace designs. Now, what point you have to consider while designing the workplace? So first of all, so material and tools should be available at the predetermined place and close to the worker. Material and tools. So first point, that is the material and tools. Now, for example, watch assembly is there. Our hand watch is there. Hand watch assembly is there. So we require the material and tools. So material and tool should be predetermined place. Means it should be within the maximum area. So here is the assembly. This is the assembly. This material and tool, it should be within this area. Material and tool. Predetermined position. But this material and tool should be within that maximum working area, even though you have to think it should be in predetermined place. Means just by moving your hand easily, you will get that particular part. For example, sir, if you are decided the tool is here and the material is here, so you will go for like this way. Okay. So this assembly will be there. Means without concentrating on the uh, searching the tools and materials, automatically you will get that material and tools. So only here you have to remember in the assembly the right material and right tools at the right place. Once again, I will repeat: right materials, right tools at the right place in the assembly. So If it is not there, what will happen? You will waste your time for searching. Okay, so this is our first point while designing the workplace. Now next point, this tool and material should preferable uh, be located in order to in which they will used. Now use of this sequence. Sequence of material and tools. So you can make the arrangement of the sequence of material and tools. Means after first we'll go for picking the gears, then we'll go for clamping, then we'll go for washers, then we'll go for bolt. There should be a specific sequence, and accordingly you can manage that working area sequence of material and tools. Okay, should not waste the time for searching. This is our second condition. Then the third condition, the supply of material or part, or if similar work is to be done by each hand, should be duplicated. That is the material or part assembly by right hand side should keep at right hand, and the material which is actually need to replace by left hand should be keep at the left hand side. Means here you can make use of two hands, left and right. So your third point, use of left and right hand. So those are actually material they required for left hand side, you can keep at that side. Those at right hand side, you can keep at right side. Suppose you have decided the tool should be nearer to right hand and the material should be nearer to left hand. Accordingly, you can make use of left hand or right hand. You should not do like this way. You should not do like this way. This is create the stresses in your body. So to avoid this cross movement of your hand, you can make use of the material or tools which is required to the left hand side or right hand side accordingly. Then next point, gravity should be employed. Hello, anybody having any problems? Okay. Now, fourth point, gravity should be employed. Gravity should be employed whenever possible to make the raw material reach the operators and to deliver the material at particularly place. Dropping material through the chute, this is also one of the good example of this. The gravity should be employed. So here fourth point. So instead of using some transportation facility, as possible as you can use the material need to supply at the workplace, and it should drop this material to the gravity. Correct. So this is the fourth point. So once again, I will repeat this: design construction, material and tools should be at right place. Okay, there should be sequence of material tools as per the use. Then which material actually required by the left hand side, that material should be at left hand side. Those are using for right side, you can keep at the right side. Then for transportation purpose, using any other devices, you should you should make the use of gravity as possible as should not use any energy or conveyor etc. for the transportation material. So this is our one more point. Then height of chair and workbench should be arranged in a way that permits comfortables to the work to work. Okay, the height of chair and work. So this is the fifth point. Height. So while designing the workplace, the chair height and the distance from the workplace, it should be feel comfortable to the operators. In our this workplace design, so what actually I have shown here, the from the center, this height is 200 and this area is 64. So, and height may be around 2 feet. The height should be there. The main reasons while working or while doing that assembly, that operators or that workers, he should feel very comfortable. In this height of chair should be such that top of the work table is about the 50 mm below the elbow level of the operator. Means as per comfortability, you can adjust this height, but normally the 15 mm below the elbow level of the operator. Then height of table should be such that worker can work in both standing and sitting positions. Sometimes the height uh, should be like this. In the work in sitting conditions, that operators can work. In standing condition also he can work, but this height of the chair should be adjustable. Then flat foot rest should be provided for sitting worker. So flat foot rest is there below that chair as possible as he can adjust it. Okay. So a display panel should be at right angles to the line of sight of the operator. Means visibility, that is the importance. He can visualize the all thing in front of this. Should not the turn his neck while searching any equipments. Otherwise, within 8 hours continuously, if he will work, the neck pain will be there. So the display of this total working area should be not fatigeful to that operators. Easily he can see that and easily he will go for the assembly. This is about the height. Then next point, instrument with pointer should be employed for checking reading, where as for quantitative reading, digital types of instrument should be prepared. So while checking or while testing, always you have to use digital instruments. So 6 points, digital instruments. Now you can see in our workshop or industry normally they are using vernier calipers, micrometers. But few years back, the digital types of the instrument has been introduced in the industry so that directly readings you will get. They will not waste time while measuring that vernier or micrometer. Maybe the operator's errors might be there while taking the reading of the verniers or micrometers. Now, nowadays, everything should be digital. So any voltmeter is there, ampere meter is there, then verniers or the micrometer is there. It should be in a digital types so that easily operators will read this. Okay, should not commit any mistake or will not add any human error in the measurements. So accordingly, you can design the workflow. Now, next point, hand tools should be possible to pick it up with the least disturbance, rhythm, and symmetrical movement. Any hand tools are there, screwdrivers is there, then hammer is there. Easily we can uh, take out or pick up from the particular place. So that arrangement of hand tools should be there. So next point, hand tools arrangement. Hand tool arrangement should be there so that will not get any disturbance while making use of the hand tools while uh, making the assembly of any uh, equipments or machines at one place. Okay. So next point, foot pedals should be used whenever possible for clamping, declamping, for disposal of finished work. So foot pedals. So 8 point foot pedal, foot pedal. Say that instead of doing the work by both hands, if it is possible to make use of your two legs in the working condition, the foot pedal should be there. So you can take one example, the mechanical power press, hydraulic power press or forging industry. Uh, Workers normally they are using their both hands for feeding and picking the raw materials in the press tool or draw tool. At the same time, that worker is using his the one leg to operate this machine. That leg is always used to put on foot pedals so that machines will work. The crank movement will be there. So as possible as you can make use of foot pedals in the workplace. Accordingly, you can design the workplace for clamping, declamping, or disposal of finished work. So these foot pedals normally used for clamping and declamping and disposal also. So here we can use clamping, which we can use for clamping, declamping, and disposal purpose, disposal of finished work. So for operating purpose also we can use for clamping, declamping any parts in the working place and disposal of finished work. For this purpose we are using this. The next point, the handless levers, foot pedal should be possible to operate without changing body position. So this should be operate without changing the body position as it is. Okay, so operations of foot pedal should be as it is. So operation 9 point, operation of foot pedal should be as it is without changing body position. Body position. So you can make use of the foot pedal in such way that operator should not get any trouble. His body will not get turned. Accordingly, arrangement of foot pedals will be there. Workplace must be proper, having light and free from the uh, gas or strain, eyes, etc. So here's the 10th point is there. Whenever we are designing any workplace, it should be clear, visible, visibility is there. Then there should not be any eye disturbance. So here's 2 points you have to remember here. So the light should be there and avoid the eye strain. So light and eye strain should be there. So 10 point. So here the working place should be such that there should be proper ventilation, light should be there, should not affect on the eyes, should not feel the eye strain in the operators. Otherwise, again the fatigue will be there, stresses will be there, that operators will get bored. So visibility, this is very important. Should not affect on his eyes, otherwise problems would be there. So accordingly, you can design the workplace. Workplace should be free from the disagreeable elements that heat, smoke, dust, noise. So this workplace, last point, workplace should be free from workplace should be free from noise, smoke, dust, or any other disturbance. So your workplace should be away from any noise, away from the smoke, dust, heat. Heat is also very important. Heat. So away from the heat, away from the heat. So this point you have to consider while designing workplace. So this is about the workplace designs in the industry. Always maybe big industry or medium types of industry or small scale industry, workplace design, that is very important. So main purpose to design the workplace that operator should not feel any fatigue, traces will not introduce in his body. His body will work within that specified period, that shift period, 8 hours period, and should not feel any bores in the working condition. Accordingly, you can design the workplace. So, few points I have given here in the workplace. The material and tools should be at right place. Sequence of material and tools should be according to use. Whatever material required from the left hand side, you can keep at left side. Whatever material we required from right side, we can keep at right side. Both hand we can use this. As possible as material to be supplied at the workplace should be supplied by gravity. Height of chair, sitting chairs, table should be such that it should be adjustable, or main purpose to feel comfortability in the working uh, area. Then measuring instruments just like voltmeters, ammeters, vernier calipers, or any digital any instrument must be in the digital type, so that should not waste the time or should not commit any mistake while taking the test in the assembly. Then hand tools arrangement should be proper. Then if possible, you can use your legs, need to put on the foot pedals for clamping declamping or disposal of finished works. Operation of foot pedal should be uh, as it is without changing any position. Means this your foot pedal should be in such that the operator should not turns to any side. If turns is required, then within 8 hours, so many turns will be there, and according to that, traces will be there. And next point, at that workplace area, there should be proper ventilation, proper light should be there. There should not affect on the eyes of the worker, should not create the eye strain as possible as we have to avoid the eye strain. Accordingly, workplace should be there. Then your workplace should be free from noise, dust, smoke, and heat. And your working area at the left hand sides I have given with these dimensions. This is the man position. This is actually working area around 60 feet. The total area is 664. The table and the center of this man is 200. This is the normal area. It is actually 225. Apart from this is the maximum area. This is the maximum area, normal area, and this is actually the assembly position. Maximum, normal, and here the actually position. And it should be 200. Your body and the table, it should be 200 mm. Then total width of this is 64 inch. So like these workplace designs should be there, and this point actually need to remember while designing any the workplace. So any industry, this is the small things are there, need to remember so that any problems in the working condition should not feel to that worker. So this is about the workplace design. Okay. So anybody having any problems, you can ask. This is the point related to workplace designs. Then next point will go design of working conditions. But before that, any questions? And after this, we'll go for ILO norms. Okay, once again, I will summarize the workplace designs. In every industry, assembly is the last stage. Maybe conveyor assembly, maybe carburetor assembly, maybe IC engine assembly, maybe any gearbox assembly is there. There is a workstation. Okay, so that workstation or that place is called workplace where we are doing the assembly. And how that workplace should be there. This is the common things actually explains in this points. So what should be the arrangements of the tables and what should be the height of this uh, chairs, then what is actually working area of the chair, it should be adjustables or not, it should be adjustables or not. So here normally the your height of the chairs normally it is 712. So if you consider the sitting height, so here the height actually we required 712 chair height. Yeah, normally working condition height is required. So here the chair should be adjustable or minimum height that is given 712. Working areas, normal area and assembly areas given. So all these dimensions are in mm. But while designing the workplace, few points, that is 11 points need to remember. The right material and tools at the right place. You can make use of the sequence of the material and tools. Don't always you have to avoid the searching times. Housekeeping part is there. Searching times, that is very worst times in industry. Do not give any time for searching To avoid these, right materials and tools at the right place. Those are using by left hand side, we can keep at the left hand. Those we required from the right side, accordingly we can keep at right side. As possible as the material has to supply at the working place by using the gravity, height of chair and table, it should feel comfortably to the workers. As possible as you can make use of digital instrument so that the manually errors will not happen in the reading that instrument, or sometimes the exactly values you will not get, and the time will get waste while reading. Then hand tools arrangement should be there according to use. As possible as you can use the foot pedals for clamping, declamping, and disposal of finished work. Then operation of foot table should be such that it should not change the body of that operator left or right side. So accordingly arrangement should be there. Then next, there should be proper ventilations. Light should not fill the operator any strain to his eyes. And the last, your workplace should be free from noise, smoke, dust, and heat. Noise, smoke, dust, and heat. Such workplace will be effectively workplace. Because of this, uh, working efficiency will get increased, productions will get increased, productivity will get increased. So in many industries, they are following this type of the workplace design and design considerations. Okay, so any new product is there, uh, and the assembly of the new product is there. You can keep these few points in your minds, and accordingly you can make the arrangement of the workplace. Few examples of the workplace I have given: gearbox assembly is there, hand watch assembly is there, then your conveyor assembly is there, carburetor assembly is there, IC engine assembly is there. There is particular fixed place, and they have designed in such way that anyhow operator should not feel any bore, traces will not induce in his body, working efficiency will increase, he will feel comfortably in the working condition. Accordingly your workplace should be there. So this is the about the workplace designs. Anybody having any problems you can ask, then we'll go to the next point. Any questions? Okay, shall we go for next point? Shall we go for next point? Workplace design, very simple concept is there. You can remember these small figures, and some design consideration point is there. It is very easy to remember because as a industrial engineering part of this ergonomically, you must design the any workplace ergonomically so that main purpose that operators or the workers will not feel any uncomfortability in the working condition. Okay, so this is the about the workplace design. Now we go to the next point. That is the working conditions, design of working conditions. Next point. Design of working conditions. This is very important in industry. So related workplace design, similar points are there, but step by step we will go here. So working condition, first point. So first point, whatever the working condition in industry there, it should not effect on the work. So that place should be hygiene and motivational. So what is actually hygiene? That means conditions or practice conductive to maintain the health and prevent from disease. So this hygiene is related to the health, our health. It should be such that that place should be such that it not spread any disease. So this is one thing. Hygienic means health, healthy environment should not feel any disease. Motivational things means you have to give certain the support to workers, maybe in financial forms, then achievement, recognitions, salary status, challenging jobs, opportunity. This motivational thing should be there, so that definitely effect on the production and productivity. So this hygiene is and motivational things. This is the first point in our working conditions. Means our place should be clean, should not spread any disease. It is good for your health. Motivational things. It contains the financial things, achievements, rewards, recognition, challenging, opportunity, upgradations. These points should be there. uh, any worker is doing the any particular types of work 1 or 2 years, we have to motivate that person so that he will get the next position, upgraded positions will be there. So motivational things always be there while designing the working condition. Then next is working premises. Working premises. Premises means area where actually we are working. That working premises, it should be above the ground level. Okay. And equipped with sufficient windows, the ceiling height, then windows minimum 3 meters distance, floor space for each worker, like this. So this working area, it should be uh, above the ground level. This is one thing. And that working area should have sufficient windows. Is after this 6 feet or 3 feet windows should be there. Good ventilation should be there. height of ceiling should be there, fan system should be there, good floor face should be there, and should have a finish or preventive dirt, dust, then moistures should not be there, thermal insulation properties or the things should not be there. So the working area, it should be good. So what it contains, these operators or the workers, he will work in that working area. Uh, that working area having good ventilation, light, sufficient ceiling height should be there. Then there should not be moistures. The heat affected area should not be there. Then any thermal insulation property inside this uh, should be there. POP, you might have seen the POP so that will not feel any hot the condition. So, in short, working premises should be clean, good ventilations, good light should be there, and the operators will not feel any hot. At least these points you have to remember in the working condition. Good housekeeping, third point. Good housekeeping. Housekeeping means keep right the material or tools or anything at right place so that the operators, the supervisors or the managers should not waste his times for searching any material, tools or file, etc. This is the actually called as good housekeeping. So, what it contains in good housekeeping, atoms should not be allowed to spread on the floors. Correct. Any atoms or liquid, oils, lubricants are there. It should not be allowed on the floor. Then it is also called the part of the uh, good housekeeping. Unnecessary atoms should be disposal of. Scrap is there, wastage is there, need to display. Then easy access of tools and equipments. Easily you will get tools and equipment. Clean the places. Then storage area should be marked. Colors to toxic matters. Any toxic oil is there, the material is there, so you can give the color. Should be personally facility nearer to the working area. Personal facilities should be nearer to the working area. So good, this is called good housekeeping. Good housekeeping means cleanness should be there. Every items at right place. Should not spread any oil, coolant on the floors. Then next part, there should be the codification inside that working area. The toxic persons will be there. And the main thing is that personal need facility should be inside the working area. Maybe toilets, actually we required in the this working area so that that operators will not move to some distance for his personal needs. Okay, so good housekeeping, it is actually points while designing a working condition. Then fourth point is their light. See that light is very important. Without the light, we cannot do anything. But this light should not be harmful to your eyes. So good visibility to avoid the accident, use of natural light. Normally visibility depends upon the size and color of the workplace. So good light should be there. Normally as possible as you have to use a natural light. Sunlight you have to use. The artificial lights definitely it will affect on the working conditions. If light is not there, some possibility to happen any accident. Then uh, in this light, the colors and size of that workplace, it will also affect on the light. White color normally we are using in the workplace, so it is a reflective. Okay, so reflective colors are also good for this working area. Then use of colors. Six point, use of color. Use of color. Use of carefully interior color scheme making makes valuable contributions be good lighting, and there is a psychological effect on color work. So the wall colors, then floor colors, then your comfortable colors should be attractive. Okay, the mind satisfaction should be there. The dark colors, it will affect on our mind. So as possible as you can avoid such type of colors. Red colors, that is also dangerous. Black colors, that is also dangerous. The violet or your white colors, blue white colors, it will affect on your mind. So your walls, working area, then the compartment, the color should also be attractive to the worker, so that there is no abnormally effect on his mind. So such working conditions should be there. Then noise should not be there. 6 point noise. Noise. Now, here doubt will comes in your mind. In forging industry or any pressful industry, noise always be there. But this noise protective equipment nowadays they are using to avoid the problems of this noise in working condition. If the noise is there, the possible problems will create. That is the fatigue to the worker, irritations, accidents, permanent deafness should be there. Noise levels around 85 decibel should be there. And to avoid the abnormal weight, the protective, the ear plug, helmet, then install noise observing barriers, air height cabins, keep away the noise making operation like forging, hammering from the workplace. So noise, this is also one types of the problems in the industry. But abnormal noise, just like your forging noise, press cooling noise. So this noise actually affect on the worker's mind. So he will feel fatigue, deafness will create, and sometimes he will become irritation. So as possible as you can avoid the noise, uh, uh, this noise. So you can use such type of equipment nowadays in the market. The noise protective barriers always be there. You can make use of this, and to minimize the noise. Normally it is 85 decibel noise, which is good for our health. The operator will not feel any irritations, any deafness or any fatigue for this. Then seventh point, that is the ventilation. Ventilation. Ventilation means evaporating cooling system should be there. Good ventilation, your body will feel happiness, and it will create the wish in your minds to do that particular job. So your this working area should be having the good ventilation. When natural ventilation is insufficient, artificial ventilations can be provided by using blowers, exhaust fan system or combination of this, or nowadays they are using air conditioning. Okay, so these are the working conditions in the working area. Okay, so today this is the point related to design of the working condition, workplace design and working condition. So your this working condition should be hygienious, means cleanness should be there, should not press any disease, motivationals, maybe financial motivation, recognition motivation, upgradation motivations will be there. Motivation means that person will feel to do that work. Such type of environment need to create in that particular working area. Then working premises should be free, then light, the air, sufficient space between two machines, the colors, this comes under the working premises. Good housekeeping means right things at the right place. Okay, so raw material should be at the nearer to stores, the cutting tools nearer to the one box, the measuring instrument should be in one place, so that will not avoid that should not waste our times for searching. Housekeeping means right place, right atom at a right place, and you will get at a right time. Such type of housekeeping should be there. Then light, natural light, actually we are expecting in the working conditions, so that any accidents will not be happen. Visibility is there. We can clearly measuring the dimension of the particular jobs. Colors, the wall colors, your floor colors, then cabin colors. It should be attractive. Definitely positive effect will happens on the workers' minds. Okay, they should not use the dark colors or red colors. Adversely effect always be there. So noise. So noise protective equipment always you have to use in forging industry, mechanical industry. If you are not using, that workers or that person will feel irritated, and sometimes deafness will be create, fatigue will create in mind. So as possible as you can avoid the noise around 85 decibel sound, it is allowed in the working conditions. And the last is good ventilation should be there. So you can provide the fan, ceiling fan, wind ventilator, sometime AC, good evaporating cooling system should be there, so that that working efficiency normally will get increased. So why we are going to study such points, mainly to increase the working efficiency, effectiveness, the productions and productivity. The working efficiency will get increased, definitely effectiveness will be there, more production will be there, more productivity. If all these points, if we will not going to consider, definitely there is effect on production and productivity. Okay, so this point you have to remember in the working condition. Once again, I will summarize all this point. Hygienist part means cleanness should be there, should not spread any disease. Motivational things should be there, maybe recognition, upgradation, financial health, so that definitely the mind of the workers will work effectively. Such type of motivational things should be there. Working premises should be good. The nowadays that social distance part is there, so similar types of distance should be there. No disturbance within that premises. Housekeeping, right, the material at the right place. Should not waste your time while searching any item. Good or natural light should be there. Color should be attractive, so that it will work in that environment. Black or red color as possible as you can avoid. You can use the noise preventive equipments, so that noise will not go above that 85 decibel. Otherwise deafness will create in workers, disturbance, irritation, fatigue will be there. To avoid this, In normal in forging industry, they are using that the noise preventive equipment. Ventilation should be there, evaporating cooling system, fan should be there, wind ventilator, or sometimes in good or critical assembly organizations, we are using this AC also, air conditioning also. So you can design your this workplace by considering all these seven points. Okay. So anybody having any doubt related to design of working conditions? If it is not there, then next point we will go for ILO. Any questions related to these working conditions in industry? So today we have covered these 2 point workplace design and working conditions. Tomorrow we're going to see, or afternoons we're going to see ILO, International Labor Organizations. This part we're going to see. Our time is over. Now we'll stop here. Thank you once again to all of you.